Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Houseplants. I'm Sarah. I thought I'd do a video today on my 5 fastest growing houseplants. We're nearly in autumn or fall if you're American. I'm a summer girl. I really like the summer, so I'll be sad when it starts to get colder. And I also really like how much my plants have grown over the summer. It's always really nice to see. So number 5 is 2 different kinds of plants, but actually they look fairly similar and they needed similar growing conditions to each other. So this is a Phytonia. Sorry, it's in a glass bowl. And a polka dot plant. I've got 2 different kinds in there. And as you can see, this one is in a terrarium. So there's sort of charcoal and all the bits that you need for a terrarium on the bottom there. And this guy was not doing very well for me at all. I nearly lost this one. And it was a teeny tiny little plant in like a, what would it be, 3-inch pot? 1, 2, 3, maybe not even 3-inch, 2-inch pot when I first got it. And they need a lot of humidity, which is why it's in this terrarium. It started off in actually a smaller terrarium of mine. And I did have the lid on. But it outgrew the small one, so I put it in this one. And let's see if I can show you all the roots. I don't know if you can see that on the bottom. I think that looks really cool anyway. It's done really well, and I know that a lot of people struggle with these like I was at the start. And it wasn't until I put it in a closed terrarium that it started to really flourish for me, and now it's growing out of the pot and it seems to do okay without the lid on. But now that I don't have the lid on it, I do need to water it, because in a closed terrarium it takes care of itself. It makes all the water it needs. But now, like I said, I do have to water this one. Both of these guys will tell you when they need water. They tell you when they need water by drooping, and I really love that. I know that people find that like a bit of a drama queen plant, but for me that's awesome that it tells me what it wants, and I'm like, yeah, I can do that. I'll go and get you some water, and then it just perks straight back up again. And this one did start in a terrarium as well, but completely outgrew it. You can see it's bigger than my head. There's 2 different kinds in here, a red and a pink, and I'm sure by now I have put the actual name of the plant up, the Latin name, but I can't say it. But this one completely outgrew the terrarium and outgrew the Phytonia terrarium as well. And every so often these get quite leggy and I pinch some off, and I've made a few new plants with this as well. So I think they're really easy, and they're sat together in a northwest window. This one also, its blooms are going now, but I don't know if you can see it did bloom, which I thought was cool. Number 4, I'm going to go with my Philodendron Brazil, and I really love this. Look at those leaves, they're so cool. I love the variegation on them. And if you want a variegated plant that doesn't cost a lot of money, these are really cheap in the UK. Trailing Tranquility on Instagram, he does them for a really good price. This one was £5 I think, and then I got another one that's over there for £3.50 from Trailing Tranquility. So I like variegation, but not on the high constellation sort of a Monstera budget. So for me, so yeah, I would say this is at least tripled in size, and I have taken quite a lot of cuttings from it as well. So it's been trimmed and it's still putting out new little leaves for me. There's quite a few coming, and I just think these are such a nice plant for not very much money, and it's got your variegation on it if that's what you like. So number 4 is Philodendron Brazil. So for number 3, I'm going to go with my golden Pothos Epiprimnum. This one doesn't have a huge amount of variegation on it. There's a few leaves with a few sort of specks, but I don't mind. I think it's quite a luscious looking plant. And again, this one is in a northeast window, and it has put out so many leaves for me, and I've taken a lot of cuttings from this one as well, and they just keep coming back. Very happy. very easy. So I just water it when it's dry, really. Sometimes it looks a little bit droopy, so that's when I know it needs a bit of water. I wanted trailing plants and I've got them this summer. I'm very, very happy. So it's very easy to take care of for me. So my number 2 is Monstera Deliciosa. This guy is in a massive pot. I'm gonna have to come back here. This guy just will not stop growing for me, and again, it's in my northeast window, so you know, it gets morning light from the east side, but it just has pretty dull light for the whole day with the north window. Yeah, so this is the baby that I got off of my Monstera, so that's even doing really well as well. I haven't taken any more cuttings because I just love how big this plant is, and I don't have a huge amount of massive plants at the moment. But yeah, these leaves are so shiny, and I have in this pot, I just keep just a little houseplant food stake that you sort of put in the pot with it. And this is in terracotta. I know people say that you should put it in plastic, but it's just been doing so well in the terracotta for me. And I water this when it's dry, and sometimes I'll take it out to the garden for a shower with the hose. But for me, this has been a real no stress plant, which is my favourite. And I know that everyone has one, and you know they're super common now, but I just think they're great. I really, really like them. And then my number 1 houseplant that has done the absolute best for me, and I know everyone says it grows like a weed, well it does, and that is the heaps of Tradescantia that I have. It's my smallest one, it's my newest one. It is a Fluminensis mini lilac, and I don't know if you can see the colour of these leaves, they are amazing. It looks neon. It's so pretty. And again, I'm probably going to pinch this bit here because it looks a bit crazy, like Jack Nicholson hair or something. And I'll propagate that. So this one is on my bar cart, which is also in the northeast window, but it does have a little grow light on it as well, because I want to keep that colour. This one is just from a cutting that I got from Etsy quite a few months ago, but it was literally just one strand. Now I have this, and I've got some more bits of it propagating. They're just really quick to grow. This one is a Zebrina, and it's got nice leaves. And again, this is one of my fastest growing plants. I have 8 full plants of this from this one mother plant that are growing, and they're ready to go off to other people's homes. I can't remember where this one was from, but I know that Wilco have them, but it is super long and it's variegated. It's another, oh, I lost a bit. That will be very, very easily propagated. So I'll save that. That's the thing with these plants. Bits fall off all the time. I catch bits, but it doesn't really matter because you can just stick it in water and it will propagate so fast. I like how wild this one is looking. Yeah, it is variegated. I think it's it's another Fluminensis, but I'm not 100% sure which, so if you know, tell me. It's got some little white variegation. And apparently you can pinch stuff back if it's not variegated to make the whole plant more variegated, but I just really like how wild and crazy this one looks, and proper trailing plant. Again, this one is a similar one. It hasn't grown as much, I think, because that one is in plastic and this one is in terracotta. But I didn't really want both to grow like crazy anyway because I haven't really got the room for it. But it's the same kind, but it's just more of a purple one. And again, it's got, well, I really like the sort of all white leaves. I think they're cool. And you've got some more variegated ones as well. Almost forgot that I've got another 2 kinds here Again, this was an Etsy cutting, and this one has done the worst out of all of mine, but it's still growing pretty well. And this one is another Etsy cutting, and this is one of 2 plants that I have of this particular kind of Tradescantia, and it's called, I'm led to believe, a Zebrina Red Hill. I don't know if you can see those leaves properly, but they look like they've been painted, and I really like that. So again, this one's growing really well for me too, but I think they grow well for everyone for the most part, although I have been reading people who think that they're having trouble with the plants. The reason that the top of it looks like this, I mean, a lot of them do, but I have it on a shelf and I want it to cascade down, so I don't really want it to grow up here. But you do get the odd leaf that doesn't make it, and I literally just either pull them off or cut them off, and it's absolutely fine. It'll keep growing. There's nothing wrong with it. With all of these ones, I bottom water them. They are in our downstairs bathroom, which is obviously humid, and it benefits from a southwest window, but it's also got a sort of patterned window that means the light is very filtered that comes through to there, so plants do really, really well in there. So as you can see, those guys have. I would actually quite like to move them to different areas now, so I'm going to give that a try, see how they do. They might hate me for it. So I just do this for a hobby. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but hopefully some of the things may have been helpful that maybe other YouTubers haven't said, or they've had them in different conditions. I always like to see a different video to see if I've learned something new or can try something new. And on that vein, I want to talk about my Maranta, which did have 14 leaves, and now it's down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a teeny tiny little one. It was doing so well, and then my calathea that it was potted with got spider mites, so I moved it to plastic, and it just seemed to start deteriorating, leaves going yellow, etc. Having a bad time, so it's gone into a terracotta again, and it seems to have picked up. I've got another leaf coming in here. I did take a cutting of it just in case I thought I was going to lose it, but the whole point of plants is learning, and you know, we're trying to create an environment that in our homes that, you know, replicate what they're used to in the wild, and I think sometimes they're going to fail at that, and this is one of my favourite ones. This is. So I was a bit upset, but it's one of those things, isn't it? You know, it happens, and I don't think we should beat ourselves up for it, but it's also a reason why I'm not sure I should get a Thai constellation, because it's very expensive, and if I ruin that, then I will cry. So I know a lot of these plants are not rare or sought after, but they're some of my favourites, and they're the ones that have done best this summer for me, and I thought I'd share that, and let me know what plants have done well for you this summer, and if you've got any tips for me or tips for anyone, because I know that I like to read the comments on videos and get some more tips from other plant lovers. I have got a giveaway at the moment because I am really close to 1,000 subscribers now, and the winners will be announced on the 2nd of October, but I'm taking entries up until then, so all you have to do is subscribe to this channel, go over to my giveaway video and click like on it and tell me your #1 wishlist plant. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm at SarahBearMusic, and I hope you're having a good week, and thank you for watching.